The following may contain strong opinionated views. The views and opinions expressed on this show does not necessarily reflect the views or the opinions of any social media or broadcast platform.
Hi, welcome to the Coffee Hour, a show that involves you in verbal interaction. Sports with Brian Camp. So settle in with coffee in hand and enjoy the Coffee Hour. Now here's your host, Frank Allan.
TGIF, thank God it's Friday. Here we are once again around the breakfast table, your place of work, around the water cooler. We're here to entertain you. That's what we're here to do. Thank God it's Friday. Glad you're here, and welcome to another edition of the Coffee Hour. This is a show where we get together each week, and of course we get together with conversation, have a little coffee, and get things rolling, and get ready to gear up for the weekend, because like it or not, it's on its way here. We thank you so much for being along with us, and we're going to be with you for the next hour. And in this hour, we've got so many things to talk about today. We want you involved. We want to first thank all of our people who've been around with us all of these years, following us. We thank you so much for being with us. And for all of you who may be new and here for the very first time, let me show you how this show operates. As the host of the show, I'm going to get things started. I am my area of, I guess you could say, I don't know, what's the word I want to use? I guess prepping. So I'm prepping the show. And as I prep the show, you could at any time chime in on the show and just use your keyboard on your computer, your cell phone, or any other device that you use, like your tablet or anything like that, and type in whatever you want to type in. And I will see you right there on the big screen. I will entertain all of your thoughts and ideas, because that's what the show is all about. Free exchange of ideas and of opinions. And I think you guys have a lot of them, and I want to hear all about it. Now, right in this hour, as I said, we're going to entertain you, and you can chime in. We want you to do that right now. And if you have anything in particular that you would like to talk about, I don't care what it is, just type it in there. And if it's important to you, it's important to us. And of course, we'll get it out there for you. And we talk about anything, ranging from politics to sports to anything that you want to talk about, within good taste, of course. We try to make this a family show. All right. So sit back, relax, and let's get things going. If you're at work right now, you're probably on your coffee break. And if you're on your coffee break, you may get that 10, 15-minute coffee break, 20-minute coffee break, whatever it is. Well, what we want you to do is take that coffee break, stay at your desk, get away from the water cooler, stop talking about what happened last night. Talk about it with us, and we'll talk about it with you. So, as you go with your coffee break, and of course you want to be with us during the coffee break, okay, that would be great. So we want you to stay at your desk, watch the show, and when your coffee break is over, whether it's that 5, 10, 15, 20-minute break, whatever it is, it's all over, you'll be back at work. You stay at your desk, and you could work and watch the show at the same time, something that they call multitasking. So stay with us, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to get things rolling. Now, we've got a lot of things that we're going to talk about, including you. And by the way, if you're watching us for the first time, we're on 3 different locations. We're live on Facebook, we're on YouTube and Instagram as well. So whatever tickles your fancy, it's out there for you. And what we want you to do is to make sure your friends know about us, and you can tag us. Cut and paste the platform that you're watching us on right now. Cut and paste it, and which is the link of where you're watching. Cut and paste it and send it to as many friends as you like. We would love you to do that. Please do that. That would be great, because they'll see that information is coming from you. They'll know it's from you. They'll recognize you, and they'll click onto it, and it brings them directly to where you're watching. So do that. And for those of you who are watching us on YouTube, please take the time right now to go onto our YouTube channel. You're right there right now. Click on to subscribe. You see down at the bottom, somewhere in your area, or however you're looking at it, you'll see it says subscribe. It's in black border, white print. All you have to do is drag your mouse over there, click onto it, and it's all Finished. It's all done. And the good news about it, my favorite part, is that you have nothing to pay. It's all free. We don't ask for any money here. So just do that. And the reason why we want you to do that, because we would like to know how many people are actually following us. I take the time and acknowledge them as well. And of course, the other reason is that from now on, whenever you go online and you forget about the show that happens to be on the air, it will give you an instant notification. Even if we're not on the air and that you get that instant notification, there's something going on and you can check it out for yourself because we may be posting a video or a photo or something like that. Any activity that goes on, you get an instant notification. But the most important thing is that when we're on the air and you're subscribed to us, you get an instant notification. Okay? Because some people forget. And so that's our reminder to you. So that's one of the benefits of being on Facebook and Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, especially YouTube, where you get that instant notification. And it's so gratifying to have you guys with us. So do that right away. Tell your family and friends about it, your relatives, everybody that you know, to get them out there. Now, you already know that our show, we had a platform. Facebook was our original flagship platform. That's where we started live over there. For some reason, there are a lot of technical difficulties that we couldn't figure out. And until this day, can't understand it. Facebook goes through a lot of changes sometimes, and sometimes it's not for the best for us. So our platform now, our go-to platform now is on YouTube. But the shows that you haven't seen live on Facebook, you will get to see them later on as a repeat show because we will be posting this show after we get off the air on Facebook, and you'll get the chance to see it anyway. So there's a lot of things going on with Facebook, too many things to talk about on it, but this is where we are right now. So I advise you to tell your friends if you're going to watch us live, either come on to YouTube or Instagram and watch us, okay? Okay, we have our own little thing that we concentrate on too as we do the show. For instance, we got sports coming up. Brian Camp usually comes in with the latest developments in today's world of sports and sports update direct from Charlotte, North Carolina. Brian is taking the day off today. He has a few personal things that he has to take care of, which I totally understand. So he was nice enough to leave us some sports information. So later on, we're going to recite all of that for you. We're going to give you the sports coming up. And as a matter of fact, it's going to come up in this half hour of the hour. So stand by. That's just a few minutes from now. We've got that coming for you. And towards the end of the show, we've got those movies we tell you about. Now, each week, I go to Turner Classic Movies. That's exactly what I do. I go to Turner Classic Movies, and what I do is that I try to select the movies that are more interesting, that are, kind of interesting for those of you who like classic movies. And I try to find the best movies that I could find. And doing all of that, I present them to you. And I have a list of them today, which I'm going to present to you later on in the program. So that's my way of getting your weekend, starting your celebration of your weekend. And I know you are resourceful when it comes to picking out movies. We have so many different servers and platforms that you can go to watch all kinds of movies. But this is my way of just adding on to your bucket list of what to watch. So all of that is coming on later on in the program. Remember, all of the views and the opinions expressed on this show, the Coffee Hour, does not necessarily reflect the view or the opinions of the people of Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Zoom, or any other broadcast facility or social media outlet. So that being said, let's lift our cups, our glasses with our beverages in it, because what would the Coffee Hour be without a little coffee? So, excuse me while I shoot up. That's delish. Totally delish. I like that. First jolt of the day. Now, you don't necessarily have to have coffee. You could have milk. You could have orange juice. You could have tea, which they say is more refined than coffee, but a little more caffeine. And anything you like, but please enjoy it with us. We've got a lot of things to talk about today. It is June, in the month of June. This is our second show of the month of June. And, well, here we are. It's the 13th day. Friday the 13th. Can you beat that? It's Friday the 13th, so hold on to your hats. Fortunately for me, I'm not superstitious, so I don't go along with that program. But those of you who are, this is Friday the 13th, and don't, if you're not, if you're suspicious, if you are suspicious, don't crawl under a ladder. Don't cross a black cat's path. The old things, Anyway, that's up to you. Anyway, it is Friday the 13th, June 13th, and we've got a lot of things to celebrate in the month of June. So many things to celebrate. First of all, we're celebrating National Portuguese Heritage Month. That's what we're doing. And those of you who are Portuguese, or if you even live in Portugal, because we do broadcast there, even though we're coming out of New York City is where we originate, but we broadcast all over the world. We're global. So therefore, if you're in Portugal and you're watching us, we want to celebrate you. We want to salute you. And if there are any kind of activities to celebrate National Portuguese Heritage Month, to celebrate that, let us know where they are and we can direct them to everyone else on this show. Okay. So we're going to celebrate all of that with you. We're also celebrating Caribbean American Heritage Month too. It's the same thing. The same thing. Like I just said, you can do the same thing. Let us know what's happening in your community. We're broadcasting in the Caribbean, all points in the Caribbean, and great music, good food. All right. And speaking of all of that, you may have activities that may be going on to celebrate this month. Let us know about it. We want to talk about it because we want to celebrate it with you as well. We also want to say hello to all of my friends who are celebrating Pride Month. That's Pride Month, parades, all festivities coming up. Same thing I'm telling you. You have any activities that you know about that you think that we may know about or may not know about, let us know so we could put it out there and celebrate it. Everybody celebrates everything. So that's what's happening right now. Do you know it's National DJ Month? DJ short for disc jockey. So if you're so inclined, you want to wish me one, thank you very much. But I just want to bring that out there to let all of my friends in the industry, in the radio industry, and even the people who are in the clubs who play records and make them and break them, and people who are mobile DJs, you're into this as well. That's why we have this thing set aside for National DJ Month all month long. All of us get to shine. So I want to wish all of my colleagues in the radio industry and of course the DJs spin in the clubs and of course even independent DJs, all of you guys, you all count. So happy National DJ Month to all of you. It's African American Music Month as well. That would go good with Caribbean Heritage Month because that's African American music. And you have a lot. You could have a lot of categories there. African American make music and jazz, R&B, hip hop, the hip hop culture, all of that is what we're celebrating this month. African American Music Month. What's your favorite? And you don't have to be African American to enjoy that music. As a matter of fact, you don't have to be anything to enjoy anything, right? You just enjoy it. And that's the way that is. But we put that out there to let you know that's what we're celebrating as well. And with that, while you're listening to good music, you might want to eat a little soul food, right? Because it's National Soul Food Month as well. And everyone should take a chance and step back, relax, and enjoy a little soul food. I was raised up on it, so I know what it's all about. So we have that going along. And it's National Iced Tea Month. For those of you who want to keep cool, have an iced tea on me. I don't have mine today. I'm drinking coffee, but I will have iced tea later on during the day because that's when my weekend starts. Also, it's National Candy Month. What's your favorite candy? Jelly beans, toffee, toffee candy. Yeah, I love toffee, right? And what about taffy? Toffee and taffy. That's a good match together. I don't know. Whatever your candy is, it's what we're celebrating National Candy Month. So enjoy your candy. Just eat responsibly. Don't overload sugar. That's sugar. It's too much sugar. All right. Just take it easier. I should be one to talk. And with that, to be on a good side too, we have fruit Fresh Fruit and Vegetable Month. Now, we all know that you should load up on your fruits and vegetables. And I know that people are not going to actually use the fruits and vegetables, take 5 servings a day. A lot of people don't. They say that it's good for the body, and that's what the body requires. But actually, who does that? Just take your supplements. There are supplements that can handle all of that instead of loading up on fruits and vegetables. You have apple in one hand and broccoli stalk in the other. Who does that? Anyway, just to let you know, that's what we're celebrating all month long. And of course, this month we're also selling. You have a little pussycat. Well, it's National Adopt a Cat Month. And if you're so inclined to do that, there are plenty of animals to be adopted, not just cats and dogs as well. But since we're talking about the cats, it's National Adopt a Cat Month. So if you are so inclined to do that, you can go to your local ASPCA, and there's a lot of adoption centers for pets, and you can get yourself a little kitty, right? People love kitties, dogs and cats. I love them. And for all of you fathers, I want to wish you a happy Father's Day. This is a Father's Day weekend. Now, a lot of you, we celebrated Mother's Day already, which is good. And now it's the Father's Day. Take your father out for a good meal on this Sunday. Now, a lot of you may be going to church. Take your father with you. You're going out to dinner. Take your father with you. Whatever, celebrate your father for this Father's Day. All right. So happy Father's Day to each and every one of you who are celebrating. And because you did it, and you're a good dad, and you made it all happen. Okay, just in case you're just joining us, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. And of course, we're going to be here for a whole full hour as usual. And we're going to make sure that everyone has a fair shake of conversation here, enjoying your coffee and have a lot of fun. And of course, we do want that for you. I must apologize too, and this is very important to say. Now, for the past couple of weeks, we had no problem with this show, not with this show, Coffee Hour. But we do another show called Talk Back Live. Those of you who don't know it, we're on every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And for the past couple of weeks, we've had problems. We weren't on the air when at one point we thought we were, and we really weren't. Now, 2 weeks ago, I think, it was about 2 weeks ago, we attempted to go on the air. We had to cancel that show because as we did our mic checks and our camera checks and all of the checks that we have to do before we go on the air, we do that each time we go on the air. We double check, and check the cameras and make sure that the lighting is correct, everything looking good. It takes a long time to do that. And they have to call me in for a sound check. And yes, I do sound checks and camera checks and all of that. And they want to make sure all of that is good, white balance, all of that. So I have to participate in as well. If I'm going to be the host of the show, I can't stand in the back and play it like Greta Garbo. So I have to come out here and do it as well. And we checked everything. And we checked out with Zoom. We were correct with Zoom. It wasn't until we got ready to go on the air and we discovered that we couldn't get on Facebook. They just didn't allow it. Something came up on the screen saying that we cannot broadcast this video at this time. Don't ask me why. I don't know. I could never know anything that goes on Facebook. I don't think any of us do. Things happen that we can't explain how it happened or why it happened. All right. So we have to cancel that show. Now, the week after, which was last week, we were on the air and we did everything as usual. We checked Zoom and all of that. And then when we went on the air, we thought we were on the air. And it wasn't until Brian Camp, when he did his sports, told us that he was monitoring Facebook, which he always does, because he wants to see who comes out and he can talk to you as well as you talk to him. And he discovered that he couldn't monitor us. We weren't there. And of course, I was able to monitor. And I said, oh, no, that doesn't make sense because I could see it. We're right there. I checked all the monitors. I check the on-air monitor. I check the preview monitors, all of that. I check everything. Uh, but what I neglect to find out at that time was that we weren't on the air on Facebook. We were on the air on the other locations, YouTube and Instagram. We were on the air there. On the air on Facebook, we weren't. And what happened, when we click on and do the testing and everything, one of the questions is asked from whatever platform we're going to be flagshipping in. In this case, it was Facebook. They asked the question, they always ask the questions, do you want this show to be publicized? Do you want it private? Or do you want it to just go out to just friends? Now, obviously, we're a show. We're not going to just send it out to just friends. And we don't want to do anything private because that doesn't get us on the air. We always want to go public. It so happens now that we do that, and I've double checked it just yesterday. We double checked it yesterday. We can't even highlight the options to make the change. It comes on private, and we like to change it to public, but it doesn't even let us do that. So Facebook, I don't know what your deal is. We still love you. We still broadcast our show out to you. We send it out there after the show is over on the air live. But we had to do this route and come on YouTube as our flagship platform. All right. So 2 weeks in a row, Talkback Live wasn't broadcast. Last night we were. And we don't know why. So from now on, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we are. So after I apologize for all of that, now I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. I want you to tell some of you found us, and I'm glad you did. Now, what I want you to do is rope in some more of your friends and let them know where we are. We're no longer on Facebook Live. We're on YouTube Live now. That's our platform, YouTube. And I always publicize it each week on Facebook to steer everybody over to YouTube. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't watch or go on Facebook, but the only way you're going to see the show on Facebook from now on is when we post it after we get off the air. But the deal is that we're on live on YouTube, and that's where we are right now. And but if you want to chat with us, you're going to have to come on the live program, such as Instagram, where I can see you on Instagram, on YouTube. If you want to do that, that's what you're going to have to do from now on. Instagram, YouTube, we're live. All right. Facebook, we have to repost, do it all over again, put it on there. And besides all of that, I noticed that YouTube have been deleting, and they do inform you later, like each weekend, they delete another show that's live. They only do the live performances that we do. The posted ones that we do, they just leave them up there. Why do they take down the live ones after a certain amount of time? We don't know. They never say. They just say, we are taking it down. We are deleting it. It looked like they would tell you something, say something, we're doing this, we're going through changes. The reason why you're not getting this is because we're doing that. I remember when Talkback Live started as a radio show, and we did that on Facebook. Because remember, a long time ago, you could go on live, either visually or audio, right? And on Thursday, when we did Facebook Live, we did it audio. So we called it radio. And then every Friday, we went on TV, on Facebook and YouTube. So Facebook goes through their little changes, and we understand that there are changes that people go to. You have to reinvent yourself, and I understand that. But at least, let us know what's happening, because we missed 2 shows. My friends are looking for us. We missed 2 shows. And I hope that they didn't give up on us, and I hope they finally found us, because what I do now is that on Facebook, I always post the shows and I put the link so they could follow the link. They have the time and the days when each show comes on. And plus, I always put in the link. So all they have to do is hold on to that link. They can click the link from where that posting is, and it'll take them right there. And we hope a lot of people find that. And just in case they didn't, you just keep telling your friends about it because we would love to keep them with us and continue to be part of the family here. We're so glad you can join us here on the coffee hour. And golly, if you guys are going to join in conversation with us, we would love that. We want people to come in. We want to say hi to all of you guys. And I see you guys there. And we will say hello to you, providing you say hello to us first, because a lot of people like to sit back and watch the show and not say anything. They just want to make sense out of it. And we understand that, especially new people who are here for the first time. What they want to do is they just want to watch the show. They don't want to indulge in conversation, but then that's okay too. But if you're so inclined to indulge in conversation when you come in and you say hello to us, good morning, or whatever it is, give us a weather forecast where you are in your area. Would you do that? Now, you may be in a different city from I. I'm in New York City. So if you're someplace in California or Detroit or any place like that, your weather obviously is different from mine. So I want to share. I'm just trying to compare notes on what the weather is like here, where I am, and the weather is like where you are. Right? Right? And my weather is not going to be that great this weekend. You know, I like to compare notes, but keep in mind that's not something that you have to do. All right, I'm just asking you. That's not a. You're not going to get kicked out of here for not giving us a weather forecast, and it doesn't have to be a full blown weather forecast. It could be just a slight emoji, a cloud emoji, a sunny emoji. 65 degrees presently, 85 degrees the high, or something like that. And we can read it off to everyone and compare notes. Again, it's not something that you have to do, but we would appreciate that. I like to share things with people, share with each other. That's the way we do it. So if you do that, please let us know. Now, for those of you who live in New York, the outskirts of New York, in the vicinity of New York City, don't worry about that. I am going to take care of all of that information for you. I'm going to do that right now, as a matter of fact. We can take care of all of that right now. As I said, the weather here in New York is not that great. It's okay right now for the time being. But as the weekend wears on, it's not going to be all of that great. We have 73 degrees right now. And the temperatures have been pretty high around here. We've had some warm temperatures, and every once in a while we go on a cool down period, you know, and people do that. We all do that. But it seems like it's getting warmer again, and tomorrow is going to be cooler than today. Tomorrow is going to be cooler. Yeah. Can you believe that? All the hot weather that we had, it's like a yo-yo effect. You know, sometimes it's up there, sometimes it's down there. But let me tell you what we got here. All right, make a judgment for yourself. These are only for New Yorkers. This is my New York weather. All of you. It's going to be partly cloudy today. We'll have a high of 79 degrees. That's pretty warm. We'll have winds will be east southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tonight, we've got rain in the forecast, so take your umbrella with you if you decide that you're going to go out. It's going to be cloudy skies with periods of rain late. Now below 62 degrees, winds will be east at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain will be 70%. And we'll have a rainfall around 1/4 of an inch. So yeah, you might want to take some galoshes with you. All right. For Saturday, that's my favorite day of the weekend. You know, but it's not going to be a good one because we're going to have a steady rain in the morning and then showers continuing in the afternoon. We'll have a high 66 degrees. Winds will be northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain boost up to 90%. Okay, that's pretty high. And rainfall will be a half of inch or nearly a half inch. That's it. Saturday night, cloudy skies, low 59 degrees. Winds will be east or winds will be northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And since you're going to be indoors all weekend long, if you're going to go out to go to church, I think you can leave the umbrella home. But it's going to be cloudy. We'll have a slight chance of rain showers. Slight chance. Now, you know what? Take the umbrella with you. Mother Nature throws a curveball. Take the umbrella to church with you. Cloudy, slight chance of rainfall, and we'll have a high 68 degrees. Winds will be east-northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And we repeat our current temperature here in New York City. It's 73. 70, just like that, it boosts up. 73 degrees. Did I say 71 before? I'm looking at it. It moves. 73 degrees. And the sun, it shifts in and out for whatever it's worth. It shifts in and out right now for the time being. But you New Yorkers, get ready for the rain a little bit. That may happen. I don't know if you want it that way. But Mother Nature says, we're going to do it my way. Please. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for being along with us for this day, on this day, Friday, TGIF. And we thank God for all of you who are with us today. And thank you so much for being with us. Usually Brian is here with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. But as I said earlier, he's got the day off. He has a private business to take care of. That's personal. And of course, we do that every once in a while. All of us do that. We take off from our labors and take care of business, whether it's family, whether you have to go to your doctor or whatever it is that you have to do. You have to have time for yourself. So Brian has time for himself today, but he was nice enough to leave us information, sports information, which we're going to get into right now. Remember that if you're looking for your favorite baseball team to emerge this weekend, check your local listings for the time and what time your team comes on for this weekend. On this day, June 13th, back in 1912, Christine Mathewson wins his 300th game. In 1925, Charles Jenkins, a demo, the transmission there was a transmission of synchronized pictures and sound for TV. And back in 1947, the first night game at Fenway Park, the Red Sox beat the White Sox that day, 5-3. In 1948, Babe Ruth's final farewell at Yankee Stadium. He died August 16th. And back in 1957, Ted Williams becomes the first American League player to have 2 to 3 home run games in a season. In 1976, Garvey Lopes, he and Russell played together for the first time, and they set a record of 8.5 years together. Former NBA standout Marcus Cousins was ejected from a game in Puerto Rico Monday night after an altercation with a fan sitting on courtside, exiting to a shower of beverages and angry onlookers. Cousins, a 4-time All-Star center with the Sacramento Kings and New Orleans Pelicans, was playing for the Gamboa Mets in Puerto Rico Basketball Superior National League when he exchanged words with a spectator on the front row during the timeout. According to the video post on social media, Cousins made a crude gesture toward the man before slapping at him. The teammates quickly stepped between the two and held Cousins back as he was being escorted off the court towards the locker room. Cousins got into a shouting match with hecklers who proceeded to throw food and drinks at him, setting off another scuffle. Cousins' last play in the NBA during the 2021-22 season, when he appeared in 17 games with the Milwaukee Bucks and 31 games with the Denver Nuggets. Aaron Rodgers took a long time to decide whether to play in the 2025 NFL season. He ultimately signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers on Friday. and full details about the contract are now available. Rodgers is set to play on a deal ranking 22nd among NFL quarterbacks in average annual value. It's the least he is scheduled to make in a season since 2017. Rodgers' contract was cheaper than average by design. He expressed in an April appearance on the Pat McAfee show he was willing to play the game for $10 million after delaying his free agent decision. Ultimately, he got a bit more than that as part of the deal to join the Steelers. Jimmy Jumbo O'Brien has made it to the big leagues. O'Brien Jumbo Media has a strategic pact with the Major League Baseball under the Major League Baseball Inquirer minority strike and in the baseball center media company. Financial terms of the deal aren't being disclosed as of yet. The stage has been set to be the king and queen of the WWE, the Money in the Bank in the rearview mirror right now, but the WWE turns its attention to Night of Champions, where the famed king and queen of the ring will be crowned. The king and the king of the ring dates back to 1985 and has been placed periodically since then. But the WWE was brought it back on the annual basis, along with the new queens of the ring, and each title is competed for in tournament, with the finals taking place at Night of Champions. While the winners become royalty and get a dazzling crown for their victory, there's even more intensive to win the tournament now, as the King of Queens and the King and Queens each get a champion's opportunity at SummerSlam. The tournament kicked off Monday night on Monday Night Raw and will run up to the final June 28th. On his 86th birthday, Dick Vitale got a pair of gifts he won't soon forget. The legendary ESPN college basketball analyst has signed a multi-year contract extension through the 2027-28 season. The network announced on Monday. Additionally, ESPN unveiled the creation of the Dick Vitale Invitational and an annual men's college basketball event that will honor the color commentator for and coach. He's a former commentation and coach. The Dick Vitale Invitational will feature Duke against Texas on November 4th at the Spectrum Center in Charlotte, North Carolina. And that's the latest in the developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. We want to give Brian a little thanks for that, for supplying us with sports today. Whenever he takes off, we cover for him. And thank you so much, Brian, for that. And we hope that Brian will be back. As a matter of fact, Brian will be back next week. I do know he'll be here for Talkback Live, and we look forward to seeing him then when he comes back. As we always look forward to seeing you guys when you guys come in, and we thank you so much for being along with us. We want you to make the best of this show by chiming in conversation, and if you do like to chime in on conversation, we really would appreciate that. And you stay with us, and we'll try to make the best of it. Again, excuse me while I shoot up. Okay, so there you have it. We've got so many things going for us. And again, if you're watching us on Facebook and you're wondering why we're not live on Facebook, well, that's because you got to shift over to where we are now. We're live on YouTube, and we made that move. We started the move just a week ago today. We did that because when we discovered that we didn't get our second show in Friday night, the night before, that made it 2 weeks in a row we weren't on. We can't have that, you know. So that's probably for the slow thing. That's why probably people don't even know. They're probably wondering, you know, what happened. 2 weeks in a row we don't see you. We don't know what's happening, you know. So that's what's happening. But we thank all of you who found us, and we want to give you the opportunity to tell all your family and friends where we are and get them involved and let them know that we make changes, because you have to do that every now and then. You have to make your changes. Changes do occur. And of course, we always like to let our people, I like to say fans, but I don't believe in the word fan, because fan is short for fanatic. Who's a fanatic? I would prefer the word supporter. So we thank all our supporters for being with us and telling your friends about us and letting them know where we are and what we're doing. We thank you so much for that. You guys are marvelous. You guys are really marvelous. Much too marvelous for words. Okay. The name of the show again is The Coffee Hour. And we've got a lot of things coming your way. And so stay with us for the balance of the show. There's so many things happening, and we want to include you in it. And please, again, if you're coming in and you want to conversate with us, give us a little weather forecast so we could read it off to people, compare notes. That's not a thing that we have to do. It's not mandatory. Nothing is mandatory here. That's something that we ask you to do if you would. Okay. Sly Stone, the leader of Sly and the Family Stone, one of the most influential bands in the development of funk, soul, R&B, rock, and psychedelic music, has died. Sly and the Family Stone's member included two of his actual siblings, and they released massive hits like Dance to Music, Everyday People, and Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself Again. However, his drug use and behavior affected the group, which split up for good in the 80s. Sly Stone was 82 years old. Brian Wilson, the pop music genius and singer who co-founded the Beach Boys, has died. The musician's family announced the death on Wednesday in an Instagram post featuring a photo of Brian. Born on June 20th, 1942 in Inglewood, California, Wilson was the eldest child among his siblings, including Dennis and Carl, who were born in 1944 and 1946, respectively. From an early age, he was said to have an aptitude of music, with two biographies. Inside the Music of Brian Wilson, the songs, sounds, and influence of the Beach Boys' founding genius, and Wouldn't It Be Nice? Brian Wilson, and making of the Beach Boys' pet sounds. He was 82 years old. Former MTV DJ, or I should say VJ, Ananda Lewis, has died. And her death was announced in a Facebook post shared on Wednesday. Lewis became well known in 1997 when she was hired to be one of the MTV VJs hosting shows like Total Request Live and Hot Zone. In 1999, New York Times dubbed her as the hip hop generation's reigning it girl. She left MTV in 2001 to host her own talk show, which was called the Ananda Lewis Show. She was 52 years old, and I may add to that she died from a long battle of breast cancer. Warner Brothers Discovery announced the media giant will divide into two new publicity trade companies, with one consisting of its cable networks such as CNN and TNT Sports, and the second consisting of its streaming and studio business, including HBO Max and Warner Brothers Television. In a statement on Monday, the company said current Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav will serve as president of CEO of streaming and studios, while Gunnar Weidenfels, chief financial officer of Warner Brothers Discovery, will lead the cable division called Global Networks. The split, which is the company said it's expected to be completed by the mid-2026, and effectively unveils much of the merge, and created Warner Brothers Discovery in 2022, when Warner Media combined with Discovery. Warner Brothers Discovery cable network, like many of its rivals, have lost values as or lost their viewers as consumers shift from streaming services such as Netflix, causing its stock to slump more than 60% since the merge closed more than 3 years ago. J Balvin, Dakota Cat, and Thames, well, they have been booked. They were scheduled to be booked before to perform at the first ever halftime show for the FIFA Club World Cup final, set to be broadcast around the globe January, or I should say July 13th, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. It was announced Monday morning. The halftime extravaganza is being produced by global citizens and cultivated by a long-time advisor for the adversary group, Coil Plays. That's Chris Martin. The show will be broadcast for free globally via DAZN Dansk.com. ABC News suspended senior national correspondent Terry Moran on Sunday after he called the White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller a world-class hater in a post on X, I should say, that was later deleted. ABC News stands for objectivity and impartiality in its news coverage, and does not condone subjective personal attacks on others. An ABC spokesman said that the post does not reflect the view of ABC News and violates our standards as a result. And Terry Moran has been suspended pending further evaluations. Faith Hill is supporting her fellow country musicians. The singer, who has not been in any major public appearance in months, stepped out to CMA Fest 2025 in Nashville, Tennessee last Friday. While she did not perform herself, she showed her support for other stars hitting the stage. Hill, who wore a tan cowboy hat and a black leather jacket for the occasion, was said chatting and laughing with country singers Rita Wilson, Kelsey Ballerini, and Shabuzi and Jelly Roll. Gerard Leto is denying allegations of inappropriate behavior with young women. In a report published by Airmail said on last Saturday, multiple women alleged that the Suicide Squad actor behaved inappropriately with them when they were teenagers. A representative of Leto told Airmail that all of the allegations are expressly denied. The representative also denied an early allegation from Ali Ties, a DJ who posted last month, but it was since expired, an Instagram story, that she was assaulted and traumatized by Leto when she was 17, according to Airmail. Birthdays today: Mary Kay and Ashley Olsen. Those are the twins from Full House. Turns 39 today. Actress Ali Sheedy is 63. Singer Bo Donaldson is 71 today. Comedian Tim Allen is 72. Soul singer and R&B singer, the late Bobby Freeman, would have been 85. Politician Eleanor Holmes Norton is 88. Comedian, the late Paul Lynde, would have been 99. Ralph Edwards, the host of This Is Your Life, would have been 112. Actress Mary Wicks would have been 115. And jazz trumpeter, the late Don Cheadle, would have been 120 years old. We say happy birthday to all of them. The ones who are with us, we celebrate you, and we're so glad that you're here with us to celebrate yourself. And of course, the people who are no longer with us, but we do remember you, and we do salute you, so happy birthday. And if any of you guys are celebrating a birthday anytime soon, please, we would like to know about it. Let us know, because we want to celebrate with you. Now, you can let us know yourself, or you can email us or call us. I have an email address and a telephone number, so I will give you the email address first. The email address is frankallenprod@aol.com. Allan is spelled Allan. Prod is Prod. That's short for productions. You get that spelling right, and you're bound to get us. If you spell Allan wrong, of course, it's going to go someplace else, to another Frank Allan. with a different spelling of the last name. So spell my name Allan, Frank Allen Prod at AOL.com. That's Frank Allen Prod at AOL.com. The telephone number is 641 715 3900, extension 467134. That's 641 715 3900, extension 467134. Now, when you get in touch with us, it doesn't only have to be because you're celebrating a birthday. It could be a lot of things. It can be just corresponding, just to say hi. All right, we accept that. It could be a correspondence of bar mitzvah is coming up. Even it doesn't even have to be anything to celebrate it. You can call and make comments about the show. You can call or write and say, "Hey, I heard the show. I saw the show. I liked the show. I didn't like the show. I like the show because I didn't like the show because." Critique it. Let us know. We learn from you. So it could be a lot of things. So contact us. We'd love to hear from you, even if it's just to say hi. All right. And remember to keep all of that information I just gave you in your electronic devices, such as your cell phone, your tablets, your computer, whether it's a laptop or desktop, all of those things. Keep it with you. You carry it around you because everybody carry their cell phones with it, right? You have all that information. The cell phone is like the Bible. Everything is in there. Everything is compact. And it doesn't weigh you down when you put it in your pocket. So that one little address and telephone number that you place in there will not affect the weight of the phone. So keep it in there, all right? Let me give you that email address once again. The email address is frankallenprod at AOL.com. That's frankallenprod at AOL.com. Telephone number, once again, is 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. If you're joining us just this instant, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. You're just joining us. That's bad. That's terrible. Show is almost over, and you're just joining us. Well, we forgive you. Just don't make it a habit, all right? Stay with us. Okay. All this week, everything is turmoil all this week. And of course, you heard about the thing that's going on in California, Los Angeles, to be blunt. And you heard about the not riots. They say riots, but they weren't riots. They were peaceful demonstrations from the people who live there, who work there. Demonstrations. I guess the demonstrations were so bad because I didn't hear anything that no one got hurt. There were no fist fights. There was nothing like peaceful demonstrations. And I ask you, is that enough to bring out the military? Did anybody get hurt? The military? Sure, the military was there. And they brought in the Marines. And to intimidate these people. But you could see that they're not intimidated at all. Now, all of these demonstrations that are going on, it's not just in California. There were in other major cities, in Chicago, in Michigan, in Detroit, Michigan, all of these other places. New York City, we had a couple of them. I know that for a fact. In New York City, we have two meccas where they usually hold demonstrations. Two of the major meccas. And I can't remember which one it was in, but they have them. And no matter where they go, they can have them anywhere. They had a few in front of Trump Towers. So they're having these demonstrations and they're sending out the military, and they continue to do so. And they're going to continue to send out more. And New York is one of them. And that's going to be an interesting thing to see. You see, we're living in a bad time where everything is dictatorship. You know, you can't even get a guy who's a senator, so U.S. senator, escorted into a building where he had authorization to be there. And then they take him out and they handcuff him. Only because he wanted to ask a question, a valid question that all Americans were interested in. But then he was soon let go. you know. Now, if they do something like that to a U.S. senator or any politician, can you imagine what they're going to do to us, the rest of us, who may not have jobs that prestigious, and they're coming out to get everyone, you know? Uh, but the thing I like about this whole situation is that the fight continues. And I don't mean bloody fights. I know the other side is looking for blood, but the people who are protesting, they're doing it peacefully. You know, uh, there weren't that many arrests made. They were just out there. The military was just out there manning everything, and for what? You know, and I'm interested to see. Oh, this is a funny thing. I got my popcorn already. I'm interested to see what's happening. This big vanity parade they're going to have in Washington, D.C. And whether you believe this or not, they're going to be rolling those big, heavy tanks on the pavement. And the pavement is not designed to handle those big, heavy tanks. So what's going to happen? They're going to beat up the road. They're going to break down the pavement, and then the money that I put out, the money that you put out, the taxes, it's going to go to fix those pavements. Just like the money that I put out and you put out, going to go to the rich, the billionaires. This is no way to run an airline. Remember that phrase? This is no way to run a country. Even though you think you're running the country, you're not running anything. So it's going to be interesting to find out what's happening on that front. I can't wait to. I'm not going to. I don't know if they're going to televise the parade or not, but I'm pretty sure they'll film it or whatever, and you get the highlights. It's going to be interesting to see. So I got my popcorns, and I'm ready to laugh. I have movies, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go by them quickly because these are the movies that I want you to watch if you have the time this weekend to catch up on some movies. And I'm going to give you 5 this weekend. We're going to start off with 1960, Where the Boys Are, starring Dolores Hart and Barbara Nichols. Also, Connie Francis is in on this movie as well. It's on Turner Classic Movies Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern. It's a mad, 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 mad world. 1963, Spencer Tracy, Milton Berle, and Sid Caesar, just to name a few, but you have a lot more. A star-studded movie out there. I can name them all, but if I name them all, I wouldn't even have enough time. So Turner Classic Movies, Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern. Here's The Imitation of Life. Now, this is the remake from 1959. To me, it's the best. With Lana Turner, John Gavin, and Sandra Dee. Turner Classic Movies, Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Father of the Bride, a comedy, black and white comedy from 1950, starring Spencer Tracy, Joan Bennett, and Elizabeth Taylor. Turner Classic Movies, that's 8 p.m. Eastern. And then after that, you have Life with Father from 1947, William Powell, Irene Dunn, and Elizabeth Taylor. Turner Classic Movies, that's Sunday at 9:45 p.m. Eastern. Have all of these great movies to check out. And go on Turner Classic Movies and go to the program guide, and you can check out more. There may be more that I didn't mention only because these are my picks of the week. And I want you to enjoy those and possibly check out movies that you may find there that you may want to check out yourself. Of course, you have the pay-per-view movies, whether they're free, and then you have the pay-per-view, and the movie on demand, the free movie on demand. They're all right there. And all kinds of sporting events and kiddie programs and documentaries, they're all right there. All right. Let me give you those movies once again. It's Where the Boys Are, Dolores Hart, Barbara Nichols, Turner Classic Movies, Saturday at 12 p.m. It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, Spencer Tracy, Milton Berle, and Sid Caesar. That's Turner Classic Movies, Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern. Imitation of Life, Lana Turner, John Gavin, and Sandra Dee. Turner Classic Movies, Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Father of the Bride, Spencer Tracy, Joan Bennett, Elizabeth Taylor. Turner Classic Movies, Sunday to 8 p.m. And Life with Father, William Powell, Irene Dunn, and Elizabeth Taylor. Turner Classic Movies. That's Sunday at 9:45 p.m. Eastern. Get a hold of those movies. Watch them. I think you'll like it. I steer you no wrong. I'm sure you're going to like it. Okay, so get out there and let me know how you like it. Uh, give me a report on my desk come Monday morning. Okay, I look forward to. I also look forward to seeing you back here next week because my weekend is now underway, and next week at 8 p.m. Eastern, Thursday, we're going to have Talk Back Live. Brian Camp is going to be along with me with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. I'll be looking forward to seeing you then. And then you make it back here next Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern for more of the coffee hour. Hopefully, Brian Camp will be along with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. I look forward to seeing you too. Make sure you pass all of the information to your friends on where we are. Our flagship platform is now YouTube. You guys have a wonderful week, a wonderful day, and all of you fathers have a happy Father's Day. And we'll see you soon. Take care.
You've been watching The Coffee Hour with your host Frank Allan. The producer has been Al Dale. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer Donna Stenke. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on The Coffee Hour.